Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I am really excited today to be looking at this beautiful new diamond painting which Diamond Art Club is releasing this Saturday, the 3rd of May. This is Ocean Hat by Yuumei Art, and I just want to say a big thank you to Diamond Art Club for sending this over to me to show you today. So, as a Saturday release, there are going to be 2 different release times to look out for with this kit, depending on where you are in Diamond Art Club's rewards tier structure. If you qualify for early access, which will mean you're a Diamond or Ruby member of the rewards tier structure, you will be able to purchase from 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time. If you are going to be waiting for general release, so you're not a Diamond or Ruby member, it's just half an hour later, so 9:30 AM Pacific time, 12:30 PM Eastern time, and 5:30 PM UK time. Oh, I always do this, I haven't cut it far enough up. And if you live in a different time zone, then just plug one of those into Google and ask it to tell you what that is in your time zone if you're not sure. Okay, now I've battled the packaging off. Let me just show you this box. So Diamond Art Club now wraps their images around the box, which I really love because it's nice and easy to tell when it's in your cupboard. However you store it, what painting it is. You've also got a little image there and a little image on the bottom, which you can maybe just about see there. This is a square diamond painting kit, which you can tell by this blue square branding. And it's 55.8 by 78.7 centimetres, which means it's a nice medium sort of size. I know it sounds quite big, and it is a decent sized painting because it needs to be to render the art properly. But in the kind of context of what Diamond Art Club offers, it's pretty much a medium sized kit. It has 74 colours, which includes 2 Aurora Borealis diamonds, 1 iridescent diamond, and 2 fairy dust diamonds. And it's got a little less than 71,000 drills, so we have gone special drill crazy with this one. Let's take a look. I love Yuumei's artwork. There's several different styles that this artist goes for, and they're not all ones that I personally go for, but this style I absolutely love. And I've got several along these lines as well. So inside the tray, you will get a toolkit. You will, of course, get the diamond painting, which also contains the drills. And then you will also get this thank you pouch, which contains a lot of really useful, important information. So let's take a look at all these. So first up here is the toolkit, and it does say on the front what you'll get, but of course I will take you through it as well in case you've not seen it before. So the first thing is that you will get this twist and pick applicator pen. Sorry, excuse me while my camera just takes its sweet time to focus. So you might notice straight away it's a little thicker, a little more ergonomic than your kind of typical classic kit pen. It's branded and it has a 4-placer on one end, and then on the other end, this is what gives it its name. So if you remove this lid, you will see a kind of typical brass placer. But this bit here is not so typical. This contains wax, and what you're going to do is twist to make that wax come up into the tip. Just a little bit at a time will do, because it will kind of carry on oozing a little bit after you stop twisting. Although this one seems to be a long way down. Here we are. So here is the wax starting to emerge. You don't want any excess hanging over the edge, so you can pinch that off, and now you are ready to go with your single placer end. It's perfect for all those special drills because you're not going to pull the wax out of the pen when it's attached through here. And if you prefer to use something other than wax, maybe you have a preferred wax or a preferred putty, you can actually remove this whole chamber and put your own wax or putty in there. Also, of course, if you love this wax, you can replace it once you run out. So that is the pen. And then you get a little roll of baggies, always a useful bit of kit. And then you get the tray. The tray is branded on the side there. It is stackable because if you have several of these, they will just go on top of each other. It's got a lid which slides off just like that, and a stopper. And then inside the tray, you get an alternative wax. So this is the pink wax Diamond Art Club used to send. And it's just a slightly different formulation to the clear wax from the pen. So, you know, some people may have a preference. You've got a 7 placer, and you have got another pat of that clear wax. And then of course the tray itself is a really good size. You can line up lots of drills in here for multi-placing if that's what you prefer to do. Yeah, and it's a really great addition to the toolkit. Next up, this little pouch here contains all the useful information you're going to need to help you start off with this project. So opening it up, you can see that you have tips and tricks. Useful if you've not diamond painted before or you're not particularly experienced, just to give you some ideas there. There is a link to Diamond Art Club's VIP Facebook group, which you can join as long as you've made a purchase directly from Diamond Art Club in the past. You've got kit content, so you can tick those off. And you've got save 20% off your first app purchase, which is a nice tasty discount code. Worth noting, you never need to pay full price for Diamond Art Club. There are always discount codes that you can use. I do have a couple of affiliate codes in the description box below if you have never purchased from Diamond Art Club before and you'd like to check those out. You can get either 20% off your first ever purchase with CAT20 or $10 US off, or the equivalent in your local currency with CAT10. Please don't feel obligated, but make sure you use a discount code. And then underneath these, you have got step-by-step instructions for diamond painting. Then here we have got a trading card. So these are called Treasure Quest cards, and they're a kind of a new innovation that Diamond Art Club introduced a few months ago now, where most kits, not all, so it's not guaranteed, but most kits do come with a trading card. This one is a bronze one, which I can tell by the outside border, and also on the back it says here bronze, and they come in bronze, silver, gold or black, and that goes in increasing order of rarity. So black are the most rare, bronze are what the majority of cards are going to come back as. If you look down here at diamondartclub.com/redeem, if you check out that website address, it will tell you what combinations of cards you would need to collect in order to redeem some really tasty prizes. And you use the codes that you can scratch off here once you've got enough cards in order to redeem that code. So you can get things like really nice gift cards or even a custom kit from Diamond Art Club. So that is that. And here I have the sticker sheet. You've got pre-cut stickers, perfect for a logbook if you keep one. And then on this side here is the artwork, so you can see it a bit better. This is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. All these greeny teal colours are just going to be such a joy to work with because they're some of my favourite shades. And I just love the concept of it, these waves, the splashing water that makes up her hat. It's just... it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, okay. Getting a bit carried away there with how much I like this one. So here are your 74 colours. You can see lots of greens and blues, just how you'd expect from the artwork, but a few pops of other colours too. And then at this end, here are the 2 ABs. L307 will be that iridescent drill, and it looks like it's going to be a gold one, but I will go through the drills in a little bit so we can find out for sure. And here are the fairy dust drills. ABs have a special glitzy coating on them. Iridescent drills have a kind of glass-like effect, a bit like a jewel. And fairy dust drills have a subtle glitter coating made with mica powder, which is very, very pretty. Lovely clear symbols, just what I'd expect from Diamond Art Club. Yeah, let's crack on and look at the kit. All your Diamond Art Club canvases are going to come in this branded dust cover bag, which I always do my best to open neatly and then usually fail miserably and end up just sort of ripping it open. But they're helpful for storing your kits in, so I like to roll away everything and just put it away exactly how it came and store it like that until I'm ready to work on it. It's got their tarpaulin canvas, which is a really great weight to work on. Very malleable, not too flimsy feeling, just perfect. Really good if you work on an easel like I do, and you need to be able to, you know, manipulate the canvas in order to keep it out of your way when you're working. Here are the drills. They come labelled just in case you store your drills and your paintings separately, as some people do, so you know what's what. And look at all those beautiful shades. I unboxed another one the other day with lots of different shades of green, and I think I covered all the shades of green there are in that one, and it looks like we're back to doing that again with this one, which is absolutely fine by me because they are beautiful. Lots of sort of turquoisey shades, mint greens, teals, going into blues and darker blues, and then, as I said, those pops of other colours. It's going to be gorgeous. Before I go through those properly, I always like to take a little peek at the canvas. So I'm going to roll it back on itself, which I can safely do to flatten it because it's poured glue. But also you can just open up their canvases and leave them, and they will self-flatten to a large extent. But this is what the impatient peeps like me do. So here it is. Whoops. I knocked my light, if you heard a weird squeaking noise. Here it is. Oh, it is so pretty. And I can see straight away, just glancing at it, that this size is going to work perfectly for the rendering. There is a lot of colour blocking in this kit. All of this background is in various shades of dark blue. So you don't want it to be any bigger than it has to be, but there is quite a lot of detail with all the kind of the waves and the shimmers and the foamy bits of water in the hat that, you know, it needed to be this sort of size. I have a few Yuumei kits like this that have like blocky backgrounds and then quite intense confetti filled middle bits. And I think if I'm going to work on a kit that's got a lot of colour blocking, I want the perfect foil to that, the contrast of the confetti in the middle, and that's what you've got here. I work in rows personally, so for me, I would work along and, you know, I'll have a bit of colour blocking and that'll go quickly, but maybe get a little boring, and then I'll get into the more detailed section and it will keep it all nice and interesting for me. You'll also see pink lines going through the canvas. Those show you where there are perforations in this top cover. The top cover is double-sided, which is great because I am terrible for getting the wrong side stuck down. And the perforations mark out 10 by 10 centimetre squares. So it's just another option that Diamond Art Club's providing for how you can section your painting, which most of us do when working on big paintings like this. So some people will use washi tape to go over the cover. Some people will use release paper. Here's another option for you, basically. And the lines just make it a lot easier to see where the boundaries of the sections are. So yeah. Definitely a mixture of confetti and colour blocking in this one, but in very distinct sections. The bottom, I think, looks like it will be a fair amount of line blocking, so there's lots of different colours going on, but none of it looks like it will be too slow. All of the slower sections that are more confetti filled are really in the hat, and then a little bit more so through the dress, and then any other sections like her skin and of course the background are going to be quite blocky. So overall, I think this will be a project that comes together quite quickly. Okay, I'm going to take a look at those colours now and see what we'll be playing with this canvas. So here's a little snapshot of most of the colours, and yeah, what's jumping out at me is loads and loads of bags of these dark blue shades that you can see down the bottom, but then a lot of different shades of beautiful shades of green. Okay, so in this kit you will have one large bag of 803, 964, which is a stunning shade, 3842, 3808, 823, and that, let's see, that's only three bags of 823, the dark blue, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of 336, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of 939, the really dark blue, and then 2 bags of this fairy dust. So this is the first fairy dust drill. You can see that glittery coating there, just catching the light. And that is unusual to have 2 fat bags of a special drill. So that's exciting. I'll find out where that's going to go later on. Then I have 369, 518, 211, 993, 3856, 3825, 3045. And here's the first AB, AB 3756. With that glitzy coating just catching the light there and sparkling away. Here's another fairy dust, Z959, 991, 3814, 958, 911, 3849, 912, we've got 2 bags of that one, 437, 2 bags of that one, 913 and 803. Then I have 3608, 209, 975, 930, 644, 3858, 3022, 909, 807, oh I like that shade, 3835, and here is that iridescent drill, and just like I thought, it is a golden colour. Have some thoughts about where this is likely to be going on the canvas, but I will look for it in a little bit and point that out to you as well. 926, 311, 3837, 3348, 445, 550, 725, 3816 and 356 is the last one on that strip. Then I have 943, 796, I've always liked this shade, 3834, 680, 6001. These colours in the 6000 range are made in-house by DAC. No one else is making these colours yet. It's where they identified gaps in the existing DMC range for diamond drills. So that's always nice. 927, 564, 924, 954, 742, lovely bright orangey colour to break up all that blue and green, 3787, 562, 839, 779, 3817, 3766, 814, 301, 210 and 3021, and then one small strip of drill still to go. We've got 6014, 966, 3772, 3810, 827, which is another beautiful shade, 720, here is the other AB, 741, this light orange colour, 745 and 3848. So that's all the colours. Really, really pretty shades to work with in this canvas, for my taste at least. Okay, I'm going to pan over the image now so that you can see it all a little bit more up close, and then I will look for the special drills. Isn't she absolutely stunning? Okay, so ABs first of all. I've got an orange AB, and I see that one kind of wherever there's pops of orange in the hat, that is largely coming from ABs, and also outlining the star at the end of her hat. And then the other AB, this slash symbol, oh, I also see that in lots of places in the hat. which makes sense, you know, if you think this is sort of like waves breaking on a shore, but actually making up a hat, you get lots of that kind of frothy, glistening bit of water. Good description, Cat. But you probably know what I mean. And a little bit more down here in her skirt and on this sort of veil that she's wearing as well. And then the iridescent drill. Yeah, just what I thought. It is in the star at the end of her hat. Love that. And then the fairy dust. So I think, which is the one there was a lot of? I think it was this one, wasn't it? So this lighter fairy dust drill, and that is actually, there's masses of it all through her hat. And then I'm going to guess, yeah, there's still plenty of it down here and also on the bottom here, on the kind of, I guess, is it like a seabed she's sitting on? Yeah, so she's sort of sitting in water by the shore, I guess. And that is capturing all the glistening bits of water there as well. And then the other fairy dust drill, I think is probably largely similar places, but there's a bit less of it. So that is also here where she's sitting. And then I do see quite a bit of that up in the hat. So yeah, kind of exactly where you'd expect there to be accents, really. It's all those bits of water that are catching light, that are shimmering and shining more, and they are the perfect bits to be accented. And of course that iridescent drill up in the star in the hat, that is perfect. I never ever really have an issue with Diamond Art Club's rendering of special drills. I think they use them really well, so it's never too much, but you know, you've got all the right bits accented, and I think that all seems perfect. So there she is. That is Ocean Hat. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below if this is going to be going either into your cart or onto your wish list on Saturday. It's a really good week for releases, it looks like, from what I've seen so far. So I think there's going to be quite a few of us making purchases this Saturday. But yeah, she is absolutely stunning. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye!